When mother was young, she would weave her tresses into a long, thick braid. During the day, she wound it into a shell-like spiral and piled it high on the back of her head. Evenings, she undid it and let it hang down her back. When I slept, I would snuggle up close to mother's shoulder and playfully wrap my fingers around the tip of her braid. My nose was continuously assailed by whiffs of twin sister hair oil mingled with the smell of her hair. Though the odor was rather unpleasant, it was part of the security I felt in lying by mother's side, and I would fall quickly off to sleep. Once a year, on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month, mother would thoroughly wash her hair. According to rural custom, hair could never be washed on ordinary days, as the dirty water would flow down to where the king of the underworld would store it up to make one drink after death. Only if the hair was washed on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month could the dirty water pass harmlessly out of the eastern sea. But mother's raven hair was like a length of satin falling over her shoulders. When a breeze blew, locks of shorter hair would sometimes sweep against her soft white cheeks. She would squint, gather the hair in her hand, and smooth it back. But soon another puff of wind would pass by. Mother was nearsighted, and when she narrowed her eyes in a squint, she was remarkably beautiful. I thought, if only father were here at home to see mother's glossy black hair. He certainly would go out and buy a pair of sparkling diamond hair clips for her to wear. Mother probably would have worn them a while, then, embarrassed, have taken them out. That pair of diamond clips would then become part of my headdress when I played bride. Father returned home soon afterward, bringing not the diamond clips, but a concubine. Her skin was white and delicate, her head of soft cloud-like hair even blacker, shinier than mother's. The hair on her temples seemed like folded cicada wings half concealing her ears. Her hair brushed back and knotted in a horizontal as Chignon, covered the back of her head like a huge bat. She presented mother with a pair of emerald earrings, but mother just let me play with them though. I thought she was probably saving them because they were too nice. After the family moved to Hangzhou, mother didn't have to work in the kitchen anymore. Frequently, father would want her to come out and entertain guests. Her severed hairstyle really seemed out of place, so father insisted that she change. Mother asked her friend Aunt Chang to style an abalone fish for her. At that time, the abalone fish was the style of old ladies wore. Mother had just turned 30, yet she wanted to look like an old lady. When the concubine saw it, she would only smirk, while father would constantly wrinkle his brow. Once when we were alone, I quietly implored,
Mother, Why don't you also do your hair into S-twist and wear the emerald earrings that Auntie gave you?
Your mother is a country woman, not suited for that modern fashion. How can I wear such fancy earrings?
When Auntie washed her hair, she would never select the seventh day or the seventh lunar month. Within 1 month, she washed her hair many times. After washing, a maidservant standing to one side would lightly swing a large pink feather fan to and fro. Her soft hair would float out, making me feel light and dizzy. Father would sit on a sandalwood lounge chair, puffing away on his water pipe. He often turned around to look at her, and his eyes sparkled with laughter. Auntie dressed her hair with 3 flowers oil, and the perfume floated in all directions. Then she sat straight up, facing the mirror, and entwined a glossy-as chignon around her head. I stood to one side, entranced. She handed me a bottle of 3 flower oil and asked me to take it to Mother. But Mother just put it in the back of the closet, saying,
The smell of this new hair oil turns my stomach.
Mother couldn't always trouble Aunt Chang, so she styled a taut abalone fish herself. It turned out about the same as her first twist. Father didn't like it. Even I thought it was awful. At that time, Auntie had already had a Mrs. Lu to dress her hair. Mrs. Lu wore a huge red bamboo pin in her hair and puffed and panted as her large duck feet carried her short, plump body along. She came every morning at 10 to fashion all different kinds of coiffures for Auntie. The phoenix, feather fan, entwined heart twist, shallow tail, etc. She was always changing the style. The coiffures accentuated Auntie's delicate skin and willowy waist, which more and more drew delightful smiles from